How's it going, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. We have a very special guest. Second time on the channel, we have Nicolas Athanassopoulos in the house, straight from a regional win slash fifth place. He will explain it, but he did play 60 card Chimera, and we want to share the deck list with you, the strategy and all the ideas. But first of all, a short word from my sponsor. Before we start, I want to give a huge shout out to my sponsors, Sleeve Chief. Sleeve Chief is the leading website in custom Yu-Gi-Oh! And anime products for card games. Cloth and rubber playmats, premium deck boxes, sleeves and border sleeves, and of course imported and exclusive Japanese OCG sleeves that you can't really get anywhere else. Sleeve Chief's art and design is unique and is made by artists specifically for them, so you won't be able to find these types of designs and products anywhere else. I use Sleeve Chief's products daily, whether it's for sleeving up my collections or carrying my deck to locals every Tuesday, so if you want to get yourself some of these products as well, head over to sleevechief.de and use my code GALZO5 to get 5% off and support my channel. This helps way more than you think, so I would appreciate it if you check them out and use my code. Now, back to the video. So, Nicolas, we actually played your list on stream. People were really hyped. But first of all, maybe you can go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Nicolas. I'm 24 years old. I'm in the OG Snow team in France, and I play 60 cards.
60 cards, everything. We had him on the channel already with the 60 card branded hype that I couldn't stop playing that deck. It was so fun. And now 60 card Chimera and also 60 card Vanquish Soul. Maybe we'll do that next. So again, congratulations. Let's go over the deck and see what's different. Guys at home, take notes. Of course, like the video, subscribe if you guys are new and you like this type of content. We'll go over the entire deck and Nicolas will kind of like explain the theory behind it and how it actually worked. So there is a Chimera engine here, and it's of course pretty big. We have 3 Swords Knight, we have 3 Kotal, 3 Gazelle, and then 3 Berfomat. I assume, like, you know, it's 60 cards, so there's no reason why not to play 3 of this, right?
Actually, the card does break, but if you open any kind of extender, you can tribute summon him. So sometimes, if your hand is weak, it can save you the game. And also, for a grind game, playing 3 is really sweet.
Yeah, I mean, you can go opening with a Luber, search Branded Fusion, tribute summon Berfomat.
Yeah,
and just play from there. It's kind of crazy. And then we have the new boy, Tau. How was Tau performing for you?
It was great. There was like 2 times I banished him off my secret card, Pot of Desires, but and I would have liked to like use him, but this lets you start to play with the branded engine and end you plays with the Chimera engine because it can summon back Sword Knight, which is crazy. Yeah, and also, sorry, it helps you to avoid getting killed. It won me a game like that against an Unchained player.
Yeah, so you get an illusion from the graveyard and you just protect yourself if they don't have a way to out it, and then you get to live another turn. Yeah, it's a really good card. And then of course 3 Chimera Fusion. This is the Chimera engine. Anything important you wanna say about the Chimera engine here?
No, I really think you need to play 3 Gazelles as well for a grind game, and just because it's a good card to open with in general. And Chimera Fusion is a crazy card. It's a board breaker, and it helps playing around hand traps sometimes, which is like crazy. Yeah. Not much of a more.
Yeah, the engine is like so simple and so strong. And we do also have a big Despia engine here, right? Relatively big. Let's go over it. We're putting a lot of Despia cards, again 60 cards. We have 3 Aluber, 3 Fallen of Albaz, 3 Tragedy, because Nicolas, my boy, loves his 3 Tragedy and Allure of Darkness. This is probably the reason why you play this at 3, right?
Also, yeah, but the card makes so much card advantage. I like it. The original idea of this deck list was also from Din Kabu. He played this, I think it was at Dortmund. He did not top, but like I felt like the idea was good, so I was already playing something like similar, but not exactly. So I just tried to, like, based around what he said, try to play like the same list almost.
And then we have some more one-offs. We have Cartesia, we have Kit, we have Light Hack Sealed Fusion, of course, if you want to go into Dragoon, and then Ad Libitum. Can you tell us a little bit about these cards in the deck?
At first, I was playing 2 Cartesias because it's a good card to open with like Tragedy, but I feel like you have too many normal summons, so I just cut it down to 1. Kit is for Baphomet. Thanks to Tao, Master Tao, you have a way to make the Chimera combo without normal summoning, which lets you search for Kit and normal summon Kit, search for Branded Fusion, or just like search Kit with Baphomet at the end of your combo or during your opponent's turn for your Branded Engine. Because since you're playing 60 cards, you don't always draw into your Branded Engine, so having a way to search it is pretty cool, I feel like, for a grand game.
Yeah, and of course Light Hacks for Dragoon. Dragoon is really good in this format. It's kind of weird, but it's good also. Rescue Ace Unchained.
I think it's good, but it's lost a bit of its power because of Typhoon, the new XYZ.
Yeah, it just outs it.
Yeah, it's an instant out. But still, it's good. I feel like you prefer Exile over Dark Magician or Versago.
Yeah.
Because in this variant, you say that you play like some spells some branded spells that you want to set off Albion. So you really want to go into Albion before going for a Dragoon.
Yeah.
And the Ad Libitum is because you can use it with opening. So if with Albion you set opening in end phase and you have Dragoon, you can do crazy things like double Dragoon in your opponent's turn, like having two times the negate.
Yeah, if you can set opening, then go with like Branded in red, chain opening, summon the Ad Lib on resolution, fuse with both of them, make Dragos Tapelia, summon it back. It's like 3 negates off of 1 card. It's really, really crazy.
Or Chimera Fusion with
or Chimera Fusion if you have a beast or a fiend or something like that. Imagine if they were fiends. That would have been crazy.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, they're fairies. They thought about it. So these are the Despia monsters of the engine. And then we, of course, have three copies of the best card in the game, Branded Fusion. Then we have 3 opening, we have 3 deployment, and we also have Branded in red. So that's pretty standard. I suppose like deployment gets you to Albas and Cartesia. It's pretty good. Opening is just, these cards are just so good. And Branded in red you can set in the end phase with Albion, right?
Yeah, and it's also an extra target for Aluber in case you open too many branded cards.
Yeah,
and that's it.
That's true.
Yeah, that's really good for me.
That is the Despia engine. We have, of course, the Patchwork engine here as well. Just pure gas. This engine is just pluses on pluses. It just gives you so much advantage. I really, really like it. And of course, the hidden fact that Ejim Chain is a fiend makes it even a lot better, right?
Yeah. That's also a cool thing about it. Imp in this deck. It's about Patchwork. Sorry, it's an extender. Thanks to Tao and the new Baphomet Fusion.
Yeah.
I wanted to play 3 Imp like really hard, but I wanted to fit a further lure because of consistency issues. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So that is the engine of the deck. Really, really big engine. Like everything is like
just
go ahead.
Wanted to say, sorry. I really like playing 2 polys because then you don't have to magnum into poly. You can just keep a poly in your grave for a Grand Guardian Chimera.
Yeah.
Unchained cannot deal with it. So.
Yeah, that's true. A lot of times when you have like 1 poly in your Patchwork engine, then you go into Magnum. You banish that poly and basically like your Chimera is gone and then your Magnum is gone as well. So yeah, and also I think in 60 cards, I think it also makes sense. Non-engine, we have 3 Allure of Darkness. Makes sense. Our deck is basically mostly dark. A lot of Despia monsters and stuff, and you just draw. 3 Thrust, 3 Talents. We have 2 Desires that we talked about before. 2 Eclipse, 1 Duplication, and 1 Called by the Grave. Which I thought you didn't really like playing Called by the Grave, like 1 copy in 60 cards, didn't you? I think the branded list we had before didn't have Called by the Grave, but I don't remember.
Yeah, I didn't have Called by, but this deck compared to pure branded can lose to Droll and to Ash, so I felt like it was a really good one-off. And the 2 times I saw it, it was like game changing. Like draw all Ash, just call by, then Thrust or Talent was broken.
Yeah, because you can you rip a card out of your opponent's hand. So if you manage to get called by as well, then you pretty much won the game because you took 2 cards out of your opponent's hand. If you combine it with talents, that's 3 cards out of your opponent's hand. This is why these cards are so strong. So tell us in short about why did you pick this non-engine specifically for the deck?
Allure was for consistency. Desires because you're 60 is like the really good card, but you really want to fit in 60 cards. Talent and Thrust, I really wanted to play those 2 because they're good going first and second. And the deck is already good at breaking boards. The only maybe bad thing about Thrust is that I only play duplication, like fusion duplication. So if I start with Chimera engine plus Thrust, my Thrust cannot set like an Imperm or something like that. But I felt like if I get ashed or like if I get stopped on my Chimera engine and I have no other plays, my mono Imperm, like my only Imperm, will not save me. I feel like.
Yeah.
So yeah, and Eclipse was really good because it's my only non-engine that can help me play through Imperm, which combines it like it can be really good combined to like talents, like Eclipse plus talent. They should play around Ash and Imperm.
Yeah.
And the card was also like it's good in every matchup, like purely Unchained, Tier, and also against Rescue Ace because when we have a trap that negates or the trap that pops, you can just chain Eclipse, and you call.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Awesome. So this is 60. Let's go to the extra deck really quickly. We have only 2 Chimera fusions. I played with this deck a lot, and the first thing that I did after testing it for like 2 games is put in the big Chimera. Why didn't you play the big Chimera?
Yeah, the big illusion guy.
Yeah, the OTK guy. I felt like I had so many chances to go for game, and I go into the extra deck, it's like, oh, he's not in the extra deck. Go ahead.
Yeah, there are 2 things. First, I didn't have a lot of practice with this list, in tournament at least.
Yeah.
So I was like, I never played with it, so I was in testing, so I was just like, yeah, I will never use it. I would just grind with my branded stuff. And since I'm playing kit in the main, I can always get access to my branded engine, at least in theory. But I still felt like if I had one more space in Vector deck, that would have been the big camera, the big illusion guy.
Yeah.
Or at least another camera working, at least maybe.
Yeah,
but
the small one.
I
But these two
need
can
both.
These 2 can return themselves to like there's just a loop where you can banish this, and then once you get this, you banish this, you summon this back, so they basically return each other.
And worst case scenario, you can at least I didn't need like the 2 of a camera. I returned it once with Rebellion to rip one from my opponent's hand again. That's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I had one more space, I would play the big illusion guy. I feel like it depends on the player more than a good or bad choice. It just depends on the player.
Yeah, that's true. I think the big Chimera, we're talking about the Chimera, the illusion beast, I think the name of the card is. It's the big one, 3100 attack. I think when people are just not ready for this card. Like they will leave one monster in attack position, and now with Tau, especially with Tau, you can find a way to OTK. Like all you need is 3 monsters. That's all you need most of the time. And people will just like leave one monster in attack position. Could even be an SP Late Night or something like that, where you can just attack it 3 times in its game. More fusions. 2 Guardian Chimera makes sense. This card is absolutely insane, and there's a ton of ways to summon it. Magnum. We have Drago Stapelia, Queritus. A quick word about Queritus. Why did you play this? I don't think a lot of people are playing this. I absolutely love this card, but obviously I have a lot of Despia, just to unbrick your hand.
Yeah, it's for Grungignol and for when your hand is like Tragedy plus Poly or Tragedy plus Patchwork or Camera Fusion, Tragedy, etc.
Yeah. 2 Albion. And then 1 Rinbrum, 1 Sprint. I love this card. Thank God you played it. Mirror Jade, Lubellion, Dragoon, and Granguignol. Anything specific you want to mention about the extra deck?
2 Albions, I think you need it because you play You play Hexiel, so you want to one for Dragoon and one for like to send it just in case of Granguignol, Mio Jade, whatever. Yeah, 2 cameras I think are needed. I don't think you need 2 Mio Jades, but if you have space, it can also be a cool thing. And I just want to talk about Sprint because like I saw nobody playing it. Sprint makes you if you open Albaz and the camera combo during your opponent's turn, you can camera fusion into Mio Jade with Albaz. So you have Mio Jade plus Albaz, and you can send Rinbroom with Mio Jade, which can summon back Albaz.
And basically Sprint, Sprint just makes every monster your opponent summons a target for Albaz.
Exactly.
It requires one effect monster that was special summoned this turn.
Yeah, exactly. Also, you can send it off Granguignol if you need a beast for camera fusion. If you have like a dead camera fusion. Or just add it like summoning kit in Grand Game or adding kit in Grand Game in case you like didn't have it to recur like Branded in Red or whatever. It can be cool also.
Yeah, I love Sprint. Not enough people are playing it. This is also like one of your easiest way of removal. This pops a column, all the face-up cards in the column. You just move it to another column. It doesn't come up that often, but I remember specifically like in Kashtir format, it would have come up a lot because you really wanted to get rid of the birth, and this card would just do it. And if they put another monster in the column, they would just get punished, and you pop the entire column. Like Nick said, adds a kit or an Albaz during the end phase is really good. Or you can also surprise your opponent by summoning the Albaz from the deck.
Yeah, exactly. It's also like the only fusion that can summon Albaz. So if you want to break a board and you have like fusion deployment, you can go for Cartesia, Granguignol, Sunsprint, and in end phase you just raid them.
Yeah. Sometimes if you can grind until the end phase, your opponent have already used all of their effects and interruptions. And then during the end phase, you just summon another Albaz, make a Mirror Jade or like whatever you want to make. And it just, because I think there's Titanic Lad, Brigrand, and this guy can summon the Albaz, I think. These are the only ones.
Yeah, they're the only ones, yeah.
Awesome. We're not going to go over the side deck. I'm going to put the side deck on the screen for you guys to see. It really depends from tournament to tournament, but anything you want to say about the side deck specifically, because I know that for 60 cards, side decking is really, really hard. So anything you have to note about the side deck?
Yeah, one thing. I just wanted to play more board breakers because it made me like I had more chances of opening a combination of like 2 or 3 board breakers per side, which I did sometimes, which was crazy. Like Evenly Branded Fusion, a Frost, like some things like that.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, guys, so I hope you took notes of this. Again, the 60 card master has spoken, and we are all gonna follow after this. Thank you so much, Nick, for the deck profile. Again, thank you so much for your time. Congratulations on your achievement with Vanquish Soul as well in a recent tournament. Any shout-outs you want to give before we wrap this up?
Just to my team, OG Snow, and thank you also, Gazo. Thank you. And that's it.
It's a pleasure, friend. Always nice having you back on the channel. Guys, show some love to Nicolas in the comments below. Let us know what you thought about this build. And of course, check out my sponsors, like the video, subscribe to the channel. You know what to do. Join our Discord, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.